The nightclub is currently double money, so today I'm going to share with you how you could make millions with it as a solo player in GTA Online. So the first thing to do is to pick up a nightclub, and they're all currently on discount, but I do suggest going with one in the city or in the north part of the city, as it will make these sell missions a lot easier. And now that you have a nightclub, you can start making money with it. Now there's two ways to make money with the nightclub, the first being the nightclub wall safe. Every in-game day or 48 minutes, a set amount of money will be deposited into the wall safe depending on how much nightclub popularity you have. The max you can earn this week is $100,000 every in-game day for having maxed out popularity, and it slowly goes down from there the less popularity you have. Now there are a handful of different ways to increase and maintain your nightclub popularity, but there are two ways that are the best. The first is by rebooking or hiring new DJs. Each time that you hire a new DJ, 100% of the popularity bar will be filled, and every time you rebook a DJ, 10% of the popularity bar will be filled. So that is one way to increase your nightclub popularity, but it does cost money. So another way is if you enter your nightclub, sometimes there will be a blue blip on your minimap. If you head over to it, you'll be able to toss out a troublemaker, which will give you $10,000 and some nightclub popularity. But those are the two best ways to increase your nightclub popularity. Although there is one other thing you could do to help maintain the popularity, and that is by getting the staff upgrade for the nightclub. If you do so, it will decrease the rate at which you lose nightclub popularity each in-game day. But now that we've covered the nightclub wall safe, we're now going to talk about the second way to make money with the business, which is the nightclub warehouse. So if you go into your nightclub computer and head over to warehouse management, here you will see that we could hire up to 5 technicians and assign them to source different types of products. And once those products have been sourced, you could then sell them for a profit. The technicians source these products for you in the background, so all you have to do in order for them to be working is to be in an online session. Besides that, after the initial setup, there's no other work you have to do until the final sell mission. Now there are 7 different products you could assign your technicians to source, but there are 5 that are the best. The only catch is that in order to assign a technician to source a certain type of product, you have to own a corresponding business in the game and have that business set up. But with that, here are the 5 best products that you want to assign your technicians to source. First is cargo and shipments. You'll need to have a CEO cargo crate warehouse or a hangar for that. Second is sporting goods, which you'll need to have a bunker for. Third is South American imports, which you need a Coke lockup for. Fourth is pharmaceutical research, which you need a blue stuff lab for. And 5th is cash creation, which you need a counterfeit cash factory for. If you have all 5 technicians and have assigned them to those 5 products, plus you have the equipment upgrade for the nightclub here, they will source you $100,000 worth of goods every single hour this week because it is double money. That means between the nightclub wall safe and the nightclub warehouse, you could make up to $200,000 this week in almost completely passive income. Now, before we get into the sell missions, there is 2 other things I should mention, and the first is going to be another way to source goods for your nightclub warehouse, and that is by calling up Johan. By calling him up, you're going to be able to do a nightclub source mission, and this week they're currently paying out double money and giving out double goods, which means you're going to be able to fill up your nightclub warehouse 2 times faster than normal. The other thing to note is that in order to fill up your nightclub warehouse completely, you're going to have to purchase multiple storage levels. So if you want to have the max amount of space possible and be able to source the max amount of goods possible, you're going to have to get all these storage levels. But with that out of the way, let's now talk about selling our goods. Now, as you can see here, if you want, you could go and you could sell goods individually. You could sell them in batches here, or you could do sell all goods. And in my opinion, doing sell all goods is by far the best way to do it, as it's not worth trying to get bonuses from any of these, and it's not worth doing multiple sell missions by selling each of these individually. But even before that, it's first important to know that before you sell, there are 3 different types of vehicles you can get. And these vehicles are chosen depending on how much stock you have in your nightclub, with the Speedo Custom being for small deliveries, the Mule for medium-sized, and the Pounder Custom for large deliveries. Now, what's important to notice here is that you're actually able to go and customize the armor, the quality of the vehicle, the brakes, the engine, everything for these sell vehicles before you do the sell missions. And I do suggest doing so, especially if you're going to sell in a public lobby, as it will offer you some more protection. But with that, once you've upgraded your sell vehicles, you can now go over here to sell all goods, and I'm going to sell in an invite-only session. If you want to sell in a public lobby, you can as well, but if you do, make sure to use Ghost Organization by going to Secure Serve CEO, down to CEO Abilities, and go down to Ghost Organization. This will take you and the product off the radar for up to 3 minutes, which hopefully in that time you'll either be able to 1, do the delivery, or 2, you will be far enough along your delivery that people won't bother you and you will be able to complete the sell mission fairly easily. Now, most of these sell missions are fairly easy where you have to make 1 to 3 deliveries, but in this case, I'm going to have one of the ones where I have to pick up a cargo bob here, I'm gonna have to attach it to our mule and fly it over to the rig out there in the water. And there you go, just about got it on there, perfect. Now all we have to do is leave the area. And there you go, $2.158 million, easy as that. And of course, Tony does take a 10% cut, all the way up to $100,000, so in this case it wasn't too much. Now, as I said earlier, in order for your technicians to source product, all you have to do is be in an online session. So you could do that by playing the game, or if you want, you could go AFK. Now, there are a few different ways to go AFK, but the best way I've found is to first head over to an apartment building where you have multiple units in it. Make sure to disband as a CEO or an MC president, and once you've done so, you could then walk here to the front door. And when you get to the screen here where it asks you which apartment you want to go into, leave it there. And if you leave it on this screen, you're going to be able to walk away from the game for hours and the game will still think that you're playing, which means the technicians in your nightclub will still source products for you. So by the time you come back, there will be a ton of product to sell in your nightclub. In order to get the $2 million that I had for my sell mission, it took me about 20 hours of going AFK. But of course, because I'm not playing the game and because all I have to do is leave the game running, it is very low effort and a great way to make money this week. I highly suggest you guys take advantage of this money bonus. And with that being said, I hope this video helped. If it did, please drop a like. If you're new, subscribe. I will see you in the next one. Peace.